welcome to the show, Luke Diamond Show. Welcome to the audience around 11 p.m. in Eastern Time, Canada, Ontario. So everybody, welcome who's watching the show, and hopefully everybody's doing well. And if anybody has watched any of these episodes, the Luke Diamond Show, please subscribe and donate or buy the book. Support the show. As I said, this is a very unique show. We need this voice, these messages to go out there to help everyone as much as possible. All right, so now back to the show. I mean, we talked about tarot card last time, and we said we will get into numerology, which is the next one, next big show. And you can see here, up here, Red Flare Records, Red Flare Planet. So Red Flare Planet is a trademark registered, but right now it's the name of my music band. I do music too and sing and karaoke, and Red Flare Records is my trademark for music studio. So if anybody need music services of any kind, like video making, green screen, blue screen, anything, with music studio recording, song recording, composing, all that kind of stuff, please contact me. And also if somebody needs a show for a wedding show or like a birthday party kind of show, like some kind of an event or festival, and if they need any services, we do also play 80s and 90s top hits, like about 40-50 songs. So that part is there. Plus I have my own music on Spotify and Apple Music, Amazon, and all those areas. And you can check that too for Luke Diamond, or under also Red Flare Records, but probably under Luke Diamond. You can see on Spotify and everything too. So again, your support is appreciated. Now, of course, you can stream these musics, but to support the show and other things, I would appreciate if people actually buy the song instead of just streaming it. So you can stream it first if you do like it. If you buy it, then I don't get much out of it, but at least if you buy, there's some goes towards the balance on the account, and it doesn't come to me yet. You have to be at least have $500 in there before you can cash anything anyway. So I'm not going to be getting anything there, but just the exposure and just the support, in general. So if you buy a song or you buy the CD, it's all supporting everything. And if you are supporting the book, as I mentioned last time, here's the book on Amazon for $9.99. The link is already in my site, in my website, and also under the description. So everything is there. Just type in Red Flare under Amazon, you get the book there. Only $9.99, not even to mention the price. I mean, it's basically free, and you get lots of information and knowledge. So that's a little bit more about me, so the audience can get to know me a little bit, I guess. And now we'll dive back into the show, the happy, the mystical show, and the mysteries of unknown, right? Mysteries of unknown. So anyways, today we were going to discuss the remaining tarot cards. I did mention this one last time, Michael Archangel, but that was under a different card set, right? That was a different card set. And this one is under a different card set. I mean, I did mention this one last time. Yeah, I just want to make sure. And this one we already did last time. Yeah, we did that one. So that one is here. Now we're going to do some color ones, and then we're going to do some space universe ones, and then we'll do some return of spirit here. Then we'll go back to that amazing tarot, the orange card I mentioned before, and then we go to this one, and that will be the show of today. So let's first start here with this one called The Secret Language of Color. So I want to mention about colors. A lot of the discussion is part of my book. It's in there for training purposes. Like if somebody buys the book and it needs special training, counseling, then they contact me. I provide those services. But if they can do on their own, the book is self-explanatory. They can do most stuff there too. So whichever way you want to go, services are available for all of you who are interested. All right, so this one, okay, so now we're going to dive into tarots and colors. So I'll get into that now. So colors, as we discussed last time, energy over matter. So colors have a lot of energy in each color, right? Like if it's white and black, like we say, like negative and positive, like we mentioned last time. So, that's the simple one. But then you have color spectrums, of course, lots of colors. Every color give different mood, energy, feeling, thought. Different things come out of different colors, right? That's common sense. But now we're going to get into the deep cycle of colors and what else they can do and all that. So we're going to start with lots of things here, right? So, okay. So let's first, well, we're going to again do the card shuffle thing, right? We can go over the cards, but this is the best way. It's kind of more fun, a little more mystical, mysterious, and we try to get some answers. Now, these are new cards. I've never played with them. It's my first time, so we are doing it together in real time. So beautiful cards. So this one, we're going to ask the cards few things about colors. Now again, there's not always the right and wrong answer. If you feel you got the right answer, what you were looking for, then that kind of matches it. But sometimes it's just an answer that can be looked at different perspectives. Not necessarily wrong answer, but just a different perspective on it, right? Just keep an open mind to all that, then we can have a better conversation about all this, going further and further into the mystical unknown. Almost going to be midnight in hours, so it is quiet time at night. I'm sitting here in Ontario, up north, not too far from Sudbury, Ontario, and in a basement in the house here. All right, so now we're going to get in tune with these cards, and now let's see. So we want to talk to these cards, but they need to be initiated. Okay, see, now they are getting hyper. Yes, we want answers from colors, right? Why not? The more the answer, the better. All right, so, okay, so we're going to again play that game of Celtic Cross just for fun. Because that's nice. Actually, this time, you know what? We're going to just keep it simple a little bit for now. So here we go. 1, 2, we're going to go 3, right? And we can put some more. It's okay. It doesn't matter how many, no specific rules. Whatever you want to do, however you want to figure this out. Okay, so now we are these cards. See, there's energies behind, of course, each card, colors. So we want to know. Okay, so first thing, remember, like we're going to ask a question, it gives the card, and then we ask a question, we get the card. So there's 2 ways of doing it, and many other ways, I'm sure. So right now it's asking the cards to lead us to the card, right? But first the question. So we want to get a card now, before we get to the question. So now this is, now we're going to get a little bit complex in it, right? So whoever has watched the previous show, this is pt5, part 5, this show. So, and they're all numbered on the website, I mean on the YouTube, so it's easier to follow everything, right? From 1, 2, 3, 4, and eventually I'm going to edit the titles so everybody knows, oh, the second show or third was for tarots and this and that, so keep it very nice and organized for everyone, easy to access. So now, before we get to that, so just keep in mind there's white, there's black, okay? There is negative, positive, right? White, black, we understand, that's so simple. But now, and then there's all these spectrum of colors. But keep in mind, whether it's white or black, now we're not talking about the discussion we had before, about white magic, black magic, we're just talking about colors, that's all, simple. Just colors, energies from color in general. So you got white and we got black, right? So keep it to that perspective only, colors only, nothing beyond that right now. So white, black, and then we got colors, right? So white we know is not a color, and actually black is not a color either. But the white is just pure, like without colors added, right? And black is kind of dark, but there's not a color either, right? Like it's just dark, there's nothing there. Kind of, if you think about it that way, in terms of cosmos and stuff like constellation, right? Like when you look in the universe, if it's something black, you can't see nothing through, it's just dark, right? So anyway, so you can call it black, dark, white, pure, that's fine. That's kind of our discussions anyways. But my point is now that before we get to the card, that there's a white, there's a black, and there's colors. Now, so because the knowledge and the training I have, so I can, I guess, say this at this point. But what I want to say, that we can use any of them for healing purposes. Now, in most cases, of course, common sense again, everybody would kind of agree. I wouldn't say specifically use the dark, right? Just use the white and the color. It will make sense, right? As to all our discussions about positivity. But sometimes, now we're going to get into the heavy stuff. So sometimes we can use the black or the dark color based on the situation, right? So let's say if we are trapped in a situation, whether it's in our mind, if it's in real life, it's in our emotions, or whatever it is, it's bringing some negative dark energy. So in that situation only, I'm saying, because it's very specific to situations, we can use the dark color. Now again, it has to be used a certain way, that's I'm going to get into that. So you can use the dark color. So we're going to reflect our dark energy now. Everybody pay attention. So now what we're saying is this is dark and we are going through something dark, right? So now in this or a specific unique situation, we're going to heal dark from dark. Now it's not about anything outside of us, it's all internal here we're talking about, right? So meaning you could do to mirror, like they call in witchcraft, like a black mirror, right? They mentioned that too. Like there's a lot of historical meaning to these things if you really go into the history of this, but just for the show. So we're going to take dark or black mirror, whatever you're trying to say. So I'm trying to say, so this is like a mirror in the middle. So you got the dark energy in you, and you got dark card in front of you, right? Like black usually. So then um, you can remove the darkness from you through that dark color, because that dark color is a state of mind that you're in at the time, of situation, feelings, thoughts, personality, or whatever's going on. Dark. Now, if this dark stuff, so it's going to be a certain way, right? So we're going to leave it there for now, because we will be getting off topic here, right? So, but my point is that there's a certain way to do it, which I will explain later on, that we can take the darkness with the black color and then we can offset it, right? Like let's say, let me give you a nice example. Like let's say if you are feeling this dark energy for whatever reason, and then you're walking somewhere or you're going somewhere, or even the house is dark or whatever, it's very dark around. Sometimes that darkness you're feeling, when it blends with the physical darkness or color darkness or room darkness or street darkness, wherever you are, darkness or dim, that mood will take your mood, and if you tap into it, because you're feeling that, it's not a good thing, it's not a good state of mind, but you're feeling that, right? So we respect that. So you're feeling that. So when you're feeling it and you're in the same environment of color or the black mode environmentally, when you're already feeling it, it lets it heal itself, because you're in the environment of what you are at the moment, you see? So when we are at that moment, sometimes the same color could heal back. Okay, I'll leave it there for now. And then we will get into much more, not to think about what I said, right? So take your time on that. But okay, so now back to the color. So now we're going to get back, forget white dark for now, now we go to color. Same rule is pretty much for the white light, white pure, positive. Same thing. If you're feeling too positive and we're going to get more positive, we can use white to heal and modify the positivity much further, or take the white crystal quartz and get further, right? All that stuff. Okay. So now we've said this, so now let's see. Now the question comes, right? So we're going to ask, well, because of what I was saying, so I guess we're going to change the question because it's all in real time we're talking, right? So now we're going to tell the cards that I want you to give me an answer. We talked about white and black, but give me a dark card. Give me a dark card. Now, in this case, we're asking a very specific. So there might not be a dark card in here, right? We don't know. But let's say if there's something darker or something in that range of spectrum, let's see. So asking the card to give me a dark color for healing. Just in general question. Okay, so now we don't know there's a dark card in here, like we already said, right? So let's see. It gets fun, right? Like playing with cards, and this is tarot. Of course, there's cards too, right? So we're want to see. Okay, so let's see. Let's tune some energy here. In this case, I'll actually use my both hands for some reason, but okay. So you can. One hand won't do enough in this situation, I guess. We need two sensors, not one. Sometimes use both hands, not always one, right? Right mostly, but recommended. Okay, it's not connecting yet. 1 second. Spectrum, the secret language of color scorecards. Give me a dark healing card that is present in these 6 cards. Okay, starting to come a little bit. He's telling me that not these 4 cards. I mean, we'll check it. We'll turn them over later for fun. But okay, so we're going to do it this way. So it's already telling me it's not these ones, right? So we're going to flip these ones just for fun, okay? Oh, okay. Let's see. They're not dark cards. Blue and this is dark one came here. But it's not over yet. The story doesn't end here. Wait a second. Hey, green, emerald, okay. What we're going to make out of this, right, in a minute. Be very much fun. Okay, so now, I'll be honest, for 1 second I felt something here. But because we're talking about a different situation, because black we already discussed, so probably I'll let that go, because even if it was black and I knew it was black, I would have not picked it up, because we didn't want to talk about black. Black is discussed already. We didn't ask for black, right? But something lingered here, I felt it, But anyways, that's where it is. Okay, so now out of these two, let's see, what can we do? Now we can use one hand. I think it's this one, but I can be wrong. Let's see. Oh, sorry, there's 2 cards. Oh boy. More mystery than I thought. Okay, so make it 3 now. Sorry. Okay, so let's do everything in real time. Okay. Now we see. Well, it's telling me. Oh, again, I need both hands. So, it's like trying to feel energy, right? That's all. Well, the only energy I'm getting a little bit now is only this one. So we'll see. Okay, let's flip the other 2 again. Turquoise, basically like blue. So that's good. Jade is green still. So see, none of these are dark considered, but well, let's see now. Last one. We'll see if it makes a meaning this time. We'll figure out. What happened? The cards were intelligent than all of us. Again, they tricked us again, didn't they? Yes, they did. But that's the fun of it. That's the fun. They're there to give more than we know. That's why we're doing it. This whole idea to get more than we know, than they give, than we know, then we go further. Magic card, gray, which is considered like a black and dark. Here we go. The answer came in all in real time happening here. No magic tricks, no camera tricks, all real time. So that was beautiful. That was, I think, just amazing, because blue, jade, green, and turquoise and emerald, of course, are not dark colors. Black we discussed. And interestingly, it included black in the cards because that was part of the discussion, and the card was in the discussion in the cards, and the discussion ended up being in the cards. That is very uniquely odd. So did the cards knew what we were going to do? That's my point. Does the crystals know the future? Does the cards know the future? The spirits know the future? Well, that's what we try to figure out here, right? Yeah. In some way, yes. In some capacity, in some form of energy and spirituality, yes, they are ahead of us because they are not here and we are on earth. They are from around the earth, so they have much more further access to us, right? So this was really, really interesting. I hope most people enjoyed this part of the session. That's just one. We're going to do more next. A lot of fun having here now. But this was really, really unique and really, really, I think, is showing the audience at this point, not just my knowledge or what I know, but what's the cards know. See, you gotta give the credit where it's due. Be honest. These are very intelligent cards. Very intelligent cards. They're guiding us through pretty good. So gray, and I did think about gray too, not today, but a long time ago. And I always wondered, but now it's all coming back, that can gray also be used as a darkness color for healing? Now we're going to tap into all that later on, much more depth. But for now, we got our answers. We got wonderful answers. So this deck, we'll leave it alone now. The only reason I'm leaving this one alone, actually, you know what? We can try like one more. We can do one more session with it, right? It's fun, right? The colors, okay. One more session. I don't know if this time we'll get amazing answer like we just did, but we will try, right? Let's try one more time. Then we got 1, 2, 3 packs here more, a few packs more to play with. So, like hour and a half show today. Yeah, lots of fun. Okay. Next question. Okay, the cards are getting the friction now. See, they're starting to jump because they know the question is coming. All right, well, now the question is what? Let's see. Now the question is, now this most of us, might know, but what are the colors of love? Now, this is something interesting because most people might say pink, right? Red, definitely part of love, Valentine and the heart chakra and diamonds and all that, right? Heart shape. So that's one way, right, to look at it. But let's see what the cards want to say, right? We will see if they are again better answer than us, or see, they're already getting shaky. They don't like the shake. All right, we won't disturb them too much. Okay, so this time we'll play a better game. Let's do the Celtic cross again. The fun one, yeah. Right, one or too many cards. This is enough for you. Yeah, let's do like a nice Celtic. Oh, we need one more, I guess. Yeah, so we put one here. Yeah, that's also like a cross, but we can put one here and then become like a nice Celtic cross. Right? Well, kind of, but I guess we have to put one more here. Okay. And one more here. Okay, so now it's like a nice Celtic cross. It has to go up over here. So we just go a little bit here. Okay, we're gonna move stuff again. Okay, a little bit. Yeah. Here we go. Beautiful energy coming down. Beautiful energy, I can feel it. Okay. Get the box out of here now. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to, so for love we're going to ask them, okay. So what's the real question we're going to ask? Like love is simple, right? And we talked about that a minute ago. So let's ask a very interesting question. If somebody is having problems, this I think will be very interesting because most people do, right? Have problems with love and with each other and all that stuff. So let's ask the cards, give us 3 colors that could heal love between 2 people. I think that will be the biggest question of the universe right now in the world we live in, right? That'll be interesting. So let's see what they have to say. So in this case, we're not going to pick the card, or they're not going to pick the card. We're just going to get those three, right? Those three answers, the three ones that it wants us to know, or maybe we catch the colors or whatever. Just to see if it makes sense. The grey one definitely made sense. The last one, for sure. Theme was amazing. Okay, let's meditate now. On the cross, Celtic cross. This was a bit tricky because we are asking for 3 cards, right? And for a situation that most people I know cannot fix always, but for fun, let's try to see if there's an answer to it, right? Does the color cards have the answer for that one? Alright, so we're having trouble a little bit. Okay, let's just. Alright. We're going to treat the cross like it's a person standing, like a scarecrow, like somebody standing there with hands opened up like a cross, right? And asking the person, give me the cards, give me the colors to save everybody's love, right? Give me those colors. Give it to me. So, okay, so we know that it's not these two, so we're going to start to flip the cards first. Although actually that would be the right way, do it this way, because then we know the card. Well, those are off now, right? So well, actually we'll leave it. Let's do the normal way. Okay, normal way. I think this one definitely is one card. I can feel some energy. Amber. Interesting. Always worried about this one, like an orangish fiery. That's good. It's not red, but I was thinking it would be pretty close to it, kind of. But okay. Okay. Whatever saying. Peach. I thought that too. Now see, I'm going back in time. So I'm thinking, did I think of these colors or just assuming, right? No. I did think of these colors in the past. Not maybe psychologically, like not maybe metaphysically for sure, but did have a curiosity, when you look at different colors, right? Everyday life, you think sometimes, oh, does that color heal something, or what it does, what energy it has, what can it do, kind of, what is purpose for that color. So I always did consider that. And peach and amber, they're pretty close, right? Yeah, then one last one we'll see. I know it's not this one, so this, well, we don't know nothing here, but I guess it can bring it in here, but let's see. Well, it's telling me to pick these two, but I'll pick one for now. Let's go with what we're feeling. But see, interesting, very interesting. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect answer yet in this situation because I don't think it is. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll take one more here. Now we'll go with 4 cards, right? Sometimes, like we play a deck of cards and you pick up extra card. So in this case, as a bonus card, we have to pick because if it's somehow for whatever reason it's going the other way or whatever's going on. But I have a feeling again. That is the message. See? Everything made sense. I'll explain how. Not the way we want it in this case, not the best, but I'll explain how. So what happened, that this has a shade of orange, amber, peach is orange, coral is like orange, and apricot. Now, I'll talk about orange only. I always thought orange is very, very powerful color. Just like red. Like how you eat oranges, right? Like great energy. So orange, I think, I always wondered about that. Then I love red a lot, but you can see around, right? Lots of red. But I thought oranges has a very healing property, and I forgot about it for a long time because you can see this place is mostly red, not orange. But orange brings a lot of energizing energy and stuff like that. So I think we got our answer, but I'll go a little bit depth in it. Now we will pick up the other cars, even though they don't matter now, right? Oh, somebody knows something. What do these cars know? See, I said orange, like the black. Now, this is mystical. You can't doubt. Look at the real time happening. Orange came as we're talking, and I picked up the first one, chocolate. That's okay, because we don't want the dark card or whatever. But this one is saying orange now, and orange is with the theme we're trying to make here. Orange is already in the card, like the last one is with the black one. You see the symmetry in it? The story so connects at the same time. Oh, not good news. I'll show you more. Wait a second. It's a mystery. Big mystery. Okay, so we'll get these two out, right? Bronx and chocolate for now. Okay, so leave these two. They have nothing to do with the story, but we will bring it in. But you see this. I mentioned orange. They have orange shades, and that is our answer, right? And here goes your orange is there, right? That's a big jump, bonus jump. Now, maybe it wanted us to, the feeling I got to pick a fourth card, remember the bonus? So maybe the cards were saying pick the card, hopefully you pick orange, but if you don't, then you'll find out later the orange was there anyway in the first place. It was always there, you see? That's the point. In those cards, orange was there. So again in this situation, the cards won over our wisdom energy. You see the point I'm making, right? They know way too much ahead of us. They know what we're going to ask, and then they travel in that realm, sort of like every time is coming. One time we haven't failed yet. I mean, that could happen, but so far you can see they are so in tune with what we're trying to do and what's coming up. And just to sum it up for these cards, here's the magic card, tangerine. So we got tangerine and orange all in one. So the theme was orange all along. All tangerine orange. Beautiful. Now, so this is Bronx and this is chocolate, right? So Bronx is not orange, but it could look a little bit like copper. So it has a little bit, shade of orange in that way, right? Right? And we can look at it that way. We can look at different ways and then go with that path and still get get an answer, a healing answer. And chocolate is like dark, in this case brown or dark, whatever you say. And this one is almost like that black one we got beside the gray, right? So if you see the theme, how it's riding up, look at it yourself. Look at this. What happened? Look at this. Look at this. Tell me if I'm wrong. Look at the box, what it says. Secret language of colors, right? Cards. And you can see already on the top it has like a spectrum, like a color spectrum, right? And look at this spectrum. Light yellowish, orangish to orange, which makes orange, I guess. And then amber going into darker orange, into like peach and rust and Bronx, which is like copper a little bit. And then going into the dark chocolate color. Now this is like an odd little bit, I understand. But if you see the spectrum wise, it's going from light oranges, Bronx is almost finishing copper and then going to brown. So it's at the end of it. Right? So I can make out that much from it. Now, let me give you another nice example. Like let's say, we're not going to do that, but let's say we did it. Let's say this we will do one day, not right now, but let's say if we spend a whole hour explaining all this, right? So I just gave a lot of answers back from the card to the audience. But let's say we discuss for an hour and start unlocking the mysteries of that orange color, the aura, or the healing energy or energizing energy, and then relate to love, as we were saying, to like two people having issues, right? So we will come back to that. We will one day do like a whole show about this one. We already remember that orange, right? So we're going to do an orange healing session for couples or for people, who may feel that they can make their relationship a lot better than what it is, and hopefully we may get some more answers. We got good answers today. That's the starting point. So there's lots of hope there for everyone. And then now if they'll get more answers to that, then orange. So does it mean that people should just go out, start painting the house orange or wearing orange? Not necessarily, or eating orange, I guess, or whatever. But again, to each their own. Everybody has their uniqueness. But again, orange color itself in general brings some nice energy. Yes, so if somebody's room is painted orange or door is painted orange, or somebody buys an orange car, I mean, that's all fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying, like, it depends what it works for you, which way you think it will work out for you, right? So you can only decide that. I can't suggest certain things, right? Certain things always fall under the person who is the audience, who's thinking from their mind perspective, their uniqueness. Okay, I'm going to go buy orange watch. I actually have orange watch. I'll bring it later on the show. So things like that, right? You can have orange watch. All we're looking at is the oranges with you, Or some people wear orange socks, orange shoes, orange pants, orange shirt, cap, Whatever helps you, orange. But for male and female, I think I can definitely say that the orange will be like I think it will be like, in this case, I think in this topic right now, it will be like a female color. So I would say like the female to wear the orange, I guess. Again, experiment yourself, figure it out. But orange, if the female wears the orange, not red, orange, it can bring her mood out and lots of energy. Like, you can really try that out. Like that you can do, like a nice dress, maxi, whatever, skirt or whatever you're going to wear. Try something orange and see how that reacts to the day. Now again, this is just experimentation kind of, but I mean, like, I definitely think the orange can bring a lot of energy. The cards have said that, not me. The cards said that to us, so we're going with the cards. So if they go wrong, then we tell them the cards went wrong. But I'm saying, like, it's coming from the cards, right? All this. Some stuff I know, some cards know, and some the audience know, right? We bring it all together as knowledge, and then we talk. That's all. So okay, so we're going to do a couple more decks here. There's one interesting one here too. I don't know, this is kind of whatever this is. We're going to get into this. I don't know yet, so we'll see. Oh, I know what this is. Oh, see, we found something interesting. Oh, it's called the Healing Oracle, the Chakra Zodiacs. So it's good we're talking about this now, because the whole show is about all this stuff, right? So now we got cards where saying, fire sign, pink, and is showing throat chakra, and this and that. It mentioned something like, it's mentioning the signs and everything. Wow. Now this is going to get a little more tough in this, because this has a lot of information coming through it, right? I can already feel it. It's like a key, unlocking the key of the zodiac and all that nice, fancy, mystical stuff. So let's see what these cards can do, right? So far, no problem. So far, we're getting some good answers. They might not be perfect, but they're pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty interesting, good answers. Solid, positive. Yeah. So now let's focus on this key card, zodiacs. The Chakra Zodiac Healing Oracle cards, okay? We'll do one session with this. Then we got one more here, or two more, but a few more here, yeah. So this show is going to go into an hour and a half anyway, don't worry. It's a long show. I'm still here. Hopefully the audience is there and watching live, or I mean not live, I mean once uploaded, I mean, but anyways. You try to do a live show too, so that'll be more fun, I guess. Once we start getting some views and some audience, then we can do a live show. Yeah. But anyway, so now this one we see, Alright, so what do you want to know this? Again, there's lots of questions you can ask, but like as you can see so far, I'm only asking the unique questions we cannot find answer to, and we are curious and mysterious about it. So let's try to get that going, a little bit. Yeah. Get more answers, get more freedom of thought, understand more things, feel better, feel healed a little bit about all this. But, okay, so this one I'm going to ask, let's do the question first before I shuffle it anymore. So, okay, this one we're going to ask. Now I'm not going to ask, yeah, I'm not going to say, I guess, what I'm not going to ask, I guess in this case, no. I'm going to ask, let's see. Very interesting question coming. Yeah, it's coming. How to heal astrology. See, I know a psychic, he's done psychic work for 40 years. He trained me not for this, but in basics, ABCD in the beginning. Then I got into all this different stuff. But he's been doing for 40 years, right? And he's in Ontario, in Toronto. He does commercial psychic stuff too. But anyway, so I don't do commercial, like no, I'm just doing my book, my music, other things. Like I'm not specific in commercial, but like I said, if people need services, then I'm available, yes. But I'm not pursuing it as a business commercial. Like if it comes, it's great. People are in the need, I will help. Need for need, not greed. So I'm going to help people for a small amount of fee, so I won't charge a lot, of course. That's the whole purpose, to help people with low cost. Because psychics and astrologers can charge a lot of money, and I don't know what he really charges, but he can charge pretty good too, like most astrologers, right? So it could easily start with $50 or $100, and next thing you know, you're at $500 or $700. Now again, if you're getting all your answers, it might be worth it, right? In that situation. So if anybody wants to look at those further services in that kind of a perspective, ask me for it, then I can send you the link to his website if somebody wants to, like, do it that way. And somebody want to low cost, like as we're talking, then I'm here to help anyways, right? Like I said, we're all in this together. We're all here. Doesn't matter who's doing what. We're just passing the message on to the viewers. Anyways, it's a lot of fun. It's not about not making a lot of money. It's just about having fun and having a nice time, and everybody sharing thoughts and feeling things together in this universe, and that's what makes it so beautiful, I think. So bring it together as one feeling energy. Okay, so what can heal the astrology? Because my book is all about astrology healing. Like astrologer, this person, he did astrology. He is amazing, yes. But he gets to the point, if Pluto moves in 2025 April, and the moon transition is here, like he's very precise in that way, right? I don't do it that way. I say, well, if there's a negative moon coming in April, then I'm going to heal it out with the energies. I'm not just going to talk about it and say, well, this is coming in that. That's just somebody interpreting what's going to happen, I guess, in a way, right? Through astrological, keys or houses in the zodiac. But I'm talking about, my purpose is to heal astrology, not necessarily promote astrology. So I'm not really promoting astrology. I'm talking about astrology, and this is different stuff, yeah. But I'm doing it to make the understanding of what the problems are in astrology, so we can get out of it, fix it. And as people will buy this book, they'll see all that stuff coming in. In the end, when you master the book, you'll see that there is no more astrology for that person. So that's what the book is about, and as we go forward. You go into a white light and you circle out the chart on your wall. Then after a little while, you watch it every day. Heal your chart as a mirror of you, and the next thing you know, you can make it go away, or you can make the bad parts of it go away, and all that kind of stuff. All that fancy stuff is in the book, mysterious stuff. Anyways, we want that answer, right? Now I have that answers, I do. Not trying to get smart than the card, but this thing I do. But again, maybe the card give me another answer, second answer to it, right? Meaning it never hurts to get more answers for the same situation. Why not? Is there only one answer, or there's sometimes more than one, right? Like that's the thing. So that's where we gotta keep open mind here. Don't say, oh, I got the answer. No, there's more. There's always more in this complex universe. In this world that's filled of darkness and negativity. There's a lot to learn, lot to know, because of our condition, human condition and problems, right? All right, so let's go. The card knows we are coming for the answers again. They're like, no, I don't want to give answers. They do. They always do, mostly do. You're going to give answers. to give answers. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see. I have a feeling I should stop there, so let's stop. Okay, almost quarter to 12, that's fine. Okay, so now we're going to want to do a Celtic cross. Well, because look at the cards we're talking about, all this, the zodiac cards and stuff. Nice, nice. Oh, sorry. Oh, the book. Oh, sorry. The book was in the cards. He's shuffling his own book. Cards should know better. Well, I should know better too, because I didn't even know it was in there. As you can see, this is my first time with these cards, because I didn't even know the book was in there. Okay, good energy coming, good energy coming. Okay. Okay, good energy coming. Okay, now in this case, how many cards we want to pick, right? Because we're looking for a solution. So we start with one. Let's see one first. Give me the answer to solve all people's problems in astrology and through astrology. Let's solve all their problems. No more pain. Only happiness for everyone. That's giving me hard time. Okay, that's okay. That's all right. I know how to get to it. One hand won't pull the card, two hands will. Okay, well, this is the one I think is trying to reach to me, but let's see. Let's see. I mean, we could have picked any card, I understand, but let's focus on the ones we do pick, right? So, throat chakra. Beautiful answer, and I'll tell you why in a minute. Now, this is something somebody might think, okay, well, we got a great answers every time, that's good. But are all these cards in this cross all the answers, or just one of them, or two of them? So sometimes like I do multiple answers, or extension of answers. So this is the one we're going to do this time, okay? We're going to go real deep here, and we're going to open every card. And we're going to take the negativity out of it, the positivity out of it, and all of it out of this cross. How does that sound, right? Interesting, fun, yeah. Okay, so now it doesn't matter which card we're going to pick, because if you're going to just flip them all, right? Because we did shuffle, we took the book out, and then this is the card it gave us, like the last one with the colors, remember? So it had a full answer kind of in it, right? But again, we'll go slow. We don't have to jump at it. Slowly, slowly have fun. But okay. So in this case, okay. Now I could be wrong again, but I have not been so far, and the cards are not wrong, at least for sure, right? So anyways, so now the cards are saying that please flip all the cards over. So they are saying, no, you don't go for 2-3 answers. It's a very complex situation, astrology, which is agreed upon, right? It is very complex. So give us more. We need more tools and answers to tackle it, to tackle that extreme negative astrological energies into the zodiac, into the astrology, into the signs, into people's charts, into the vibration of numbers, all of it, all the universe we live in, right, into astrology. So saying, no, you get all the cards, so you have enough tools, like I mentioned in the beginning, you're going to grab it from as many sides you can, right, to solve the problem. But let's see anyways what it gave us, the cards, right? Look at this one, Leo, performer. See, it wants us to be a performer so we can get out of it. Well, that's very good. I'll mention in a minute. Okay. Fire. Okay. Take action. Take action is what we are begging the cards to give us. Please, action. They gave us. As I'm talking, they're giving us. Let's see. See, I mentioned this few minutes ago, but this came into this situation too, I guess. It's all connected. Every situation falls into the other situation to the next one. It's all a connection, a symmetry, like, connected. Like stairs goes up to, the attic or the door. Anyways, look at this beautiful card. Soulmate. And we talked about solving people's problems, right? So this is the big part of it. We'll get into it now in depth. But let's first get this one open here. Teacher. See, I talked about before in the beginning about teacher. I will explain. And this one I already sensed is going to be in there as a solution. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Not but the least. Pisces, known for all healing purposes, I guess. Great. Dreamer. Great card, see? Crown chakra, here you go. Enlightenment. To get out of the zodiac. Enlightenment. See what's giving us? All that I'm talking about is already here. Sacred chakra, feel your emotions, the key to all problems and solution to all problems. Feel your emotions, and when you feel them, also feel them and know why you're feeling them. If there's anger or joy, whatever it is, negative, positive, you need to know why you're feeling it. Like I mentioned before, slow down the thoughts, find out what's causing it. You need to know why you're feeling it, because if you don't, why bother feeling something you don't know why? You have to know the why, because then you deal with it accordingly, and you're not burdening in society other people with your emotional problems or your negativity if you don't even know what is coming from and who is responsible and what's going on, right? So you got to see. Sometimes it's a personal situation. Sometimes it's ourselves. Sometimes it's somebody hurting us. It could be lots of things, family, whatever's going on. So it's different things, At least find out where the source is, so that we can try to peacefully rectify the situation in a nicely respectful manner. But first, let me figure this out. So this is very interesting now. I think we got a very, very interesting card. I'm going to close this box, and then we're going to get into this chakra healing that we got today. Now we can also think on the flip side that what when we were shuffling the cards, what if we got different answers, right? But that's the thing, it never happens that way. Like you might not get a perfect answer, but you get it always kind of close to it. Eh? And you can see, like, even if no matter how we look at this is the answer. And I'll explain how. So first, most important, self-expression, right? Very important. Take action, all this. So we'll start from the beginning, which is the first card. So to get out of the zodiac, we were talking about the book, become the master, become the teacher, not the student, right? Here you go. So that's step one, right? And Gemini, a great communicator, and a symbol like a pi symbol, whatever. But this is also a symbol of what? Like Roman 2, but based on my knowledge, this is number 11. Okay, and we'll get into that later on. But the important thing I mentioned. So anyway, so you can figure out as you go along with the show what I mean by that, because I mentioned 11 before, right? So, okay, so that's good, teacher. And then the Pisces one is healing, definitely. The dreamer, so you dream yourself out of the zodiac. Beautiful, beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. See, you got 2 there. Okay. A performer, so as we are dreaming and becoming a powerful teacher and a meditation teacher, we are performing and performing good. And then performer as a Leo is very action and fire, so performing, and Leo is strong, so we get the strength to power out of it. Okay, enlightenment, which is the book is talking about all this information. Enlightenment, crown chakra. Enlightenment will also get us out of it, because spiritually we'll leave the astrology. And then self-expression, throat chakra. Now I'm going to mention this something different about it, even though self-expression is an important part of emotions and discussions here. But interesting, throat chakra. The throat chakra I will mention in a different way right now. So throat chakra to me is, or based on our discussions, our realm of conversation, it is like throat. So here's the throat, right? And when you speak from it, right, the voice goes out of it. So I call it the throat chakra. I mean, in terms of not me calling it, they're calling it whatever in this card system, but I'm calling it differently based on what I know. So I'll talk about that now. So throat chakra to me is, I guess, is the voice, the message, the coming out the throat. So that's your voice coming out, the self-expression, right, from the voice. So my point is that Throat chakra is very important because everything comes, from the thought, mind, soul, body, heart, and then it comes out the mouth. So mouth is a very important piece of tool we have. We eat from the mouth, drink water, important things. We breathe through the mouth and nose too, of course, all that. So mouth is like the key to a lot of things, definitely, and it's close to, think about it, the brain, the head, is close to our eyes where we see and feel stuff. So the mouth is not that far away from most of the breathing, nose, and ears listening. So mouth is in the right place as it was designed, meaning it's closer to the important structures, and then here it is to speak out. After it feels, thinks, and brain transformation, process it here, and then here we go. I guess you get that one, right? So now the self-expression throat is very important. So that's why I always say, like, whenever we speak, we gotta speak in a gentle way, in a humble way, and always talk nice and get the message through, right? That's how the message goes through, by being nice and sweet and talk in a soft way. So now, soulmate. Now, okay, I'll bring that one in the end actually. So, in the fire here with the Leo performer, take action, right? Third eye, here it is, fire and red. So that's beautiful. So third eye will also get us away from the astrology, right? Third eye. And this is the other one, sorry, last one here, do first. And this is the key point I was saying. Feel your emotions, see, sacred chakra. So feel your emotions. Now, I don't know if that's the heart chakra, like I'll get into that next time, but just going by these cards right now. So feel your emotions is very important. We talked about that a few minutes ago, sacred chakra, where we feel it, process it, and then output from the mouth again, right? And the soulmate, the pink one, is so important because so another way to leave astrology is find the right partner, right soulmate. I don't know how did you say? Could be right family member to connect with, things like that, right? Or have the right friend, which is, all this stuff is very rare these days. I understand. We're all going through that kind of a situation. It's very much of a hardship, and it's really bothering all of us, even if you don't want to admit it. It is. So I'll speak for that. Like no shame in saying that. All of us, even myself. So. But anyway, so soulmate is good. Soulmate is very, very interesting. Showing the circle, leaving the zodiac, finding some sort of a soulmate in friendship, family, or a relationship, that will also help get out of the zodiac. This is part of it. I mean, of course, not all of it, but that's definitely will make two people make connection, and then they leave astrology. So this is important. This will be all documented on YouTube, so you can always refer back to it and study further. So that's very nice. Today we had so much fun, I think. And now we're going to go to the couple more different things, more light subjects a little bit, right? More little fun. Now, not so serious all the time, even though life is serious and everything we're going through is serious. But we try to lighten, right? Whenever we can, whenever we get the chance. Well, but they don't let us do that. Another card. Angels of Atlantis. Not that light, but light enough, I guess, for compared to that stuff. Because we don't know anything about Atlantis, so we think we weren't there. So, but this we're stuck with the zodiac. If we don't, Angels of Atlantis. This I don't know much about, but I'll be honest. What I know, I speak. What I don't know, I don't. I just say I don't know that much. But it's all interesting topics. I need to learn more. One person cannot know all of this. Like I said, in one lifetime, you will only learn like 10%. And we would get this far, I got like 10, 15 years, right? So long time, and continuing. So imagine the people who are not even at half of my level or 1/10 of my level. Imagine how much time they need now to go there. That's why I made the book. So keep it simple, streamline it. Instead of 10-year mastering it, you can do it 1 year, because everything is in the book right there. A, B, C, D, all right there. Made it easier for you to lead to mastership quickly, like become master of this book. Anyway, so this one again, this one is okay. So this is an interesting card. Okay, they're good, they're nice, very nice. Okay, so we'll do a couple of these. Then we got 3 more decks, so it's almost an hour. It's okay. we're going to fall into the 1.5 hour scene, I hope. So anyway, so now we're going to check this one. Okay, so this one, well, again, let me just make sure, right, the camera is running so that we can continue, of course. Make sure the camera is running. Yeah, as far as we know, camera is running. We're not running anymore, but the camera is running. We are right here, sitting at night, quiet, pace. Anyway, so now we'll get Angels of Atlantis. Okay, what question we have for these guys? Oh, for these guys or these girls, whoever they are, right? So I don't know what you could ask them now. We already asked most important questions. Okay, well, we can ask something unusual and unique. Another thing we all wonder. I think these cards may be able to answer it. Again, let's see. So, most people, or most of us, don't know what happens after we pass away, right? After death, after life. I'll be honest, I don't know much about it either. Regardless of all this knowledge, I don't know. So that tells me, see, that indicates me that either it's a very mysterious situation that nobody can imagine, that's what I would suspect, because I don't know anything about it, even though I know all this stuff. So there's something definitely interesting about that, right? So maybe it's just a whole different world and we have no idea. We step into that, right? So that's it. But for now, we're going to look into this. See what they want to answer. What to expect after life. This is a very tough question. I don't know they can answer it. I don't think anybody can answer that. Even I can, so you can imagine. Let's see. But let's put the card through its paces. Why not? What to expect after we pass away, in afterlife, in the new spiritual realm, in the new spiritual energy body, not physical body. What should we expect? What should we expect? Let's see a little more maybe. What should we expect? What should we expect? Okay. Maybe a little more. What should we expect? What should we expect? Yeah. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, we'll do another Celtic. There's a Celtic cross. Okay, here we go, right? Here we go. Okay, in this case again, so in this case again, because the question is complex, do we pick one card? Do we pick all the cards? I don't know yet, so we have to see what it is saying, right? Let's talk to the cards. Let's see. Do something different this time. We're going to bring the crystal into it for helping us, because this is a very extreme situation and a very extreme question, meaning like complex, right? Very extremely complex. Let's see if the crystal can help. I want the crystal getting upset, but it's just crystal will help us in this case. this case, crystal is guiding us, not the cards. So we flip the energy from cards to crystal, a whole new technology. And look at this. I didn't realize there was 2 cards under it. Well, anyway, let's start. So maybe there's something going on. The crystal is saying, big Dawah, there's 2 answers right there. You want 1 or more, but 2 is already there. Let's see if it has a meaning to what we were talking about at least, right? Okay, very interesting. Let's see what this is. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you for that help. Let's see. It's called Sandalphon. Other one, yeah, that's just the name of the card or something inside. Okay. So this is very, very interesting. Very interesting. See, we talked about love a little bit, but that was part of most of the conversations in the end of discussions. But so love part, so the afterlife we should be expecting love based on the card. Okay, so like I said, it's a very extreme situation, nobody knows, but we're expecting love based on these cards or the crystal. We're expecting love, and hopefully, you know, there's love out there after this life, I guess. And very interestingly, it shows a picture of a figure. It could be considered as Jesus or a Messiah or some kind of a high spiritual person, I guess. The picture looks like that, so mentioned. So very interesting, showing love here. Right? It's very, 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 very nice to see that. Right? Now this one, wow. I can't believe that these cards are giving us answers that are beyond our imagination, because I'm going to be honest, I've never dealt with these cards or gone that far with the tarots in this situation. But here we are. We are getting the answers. Very interesting. Look what it says. Intention. When we go to a court for a case, Court of Justice, Supreme Court, whichever, or Canada, US, wherever you go, the whole case is about one thing. One simple thing. You don't have to be smart about it, intelligent about it. Intent. It's all based on intent. Right? And it already is saying afterlife, intention. Now, this I can explain. I can't explain afterlife, but I can explain the cards. So now we're going to get into a little more, because this situation, even though I'm happy with the 2 answers, I'm sure the audience is too, this is more than enough, right? A spiritual figure, love is there, and intention. Intention meaning if our intentions are good, we get love. You see, it's already there. That's your secret answer of human soul, right there. It's all there, right? But just for fun, we will start flipping other cards and see if there's more to it, because this is afterlife. We do want to know a little bit more, don't we? That is beautiful what we got, but why not? Just to see if there's more to it. Maybe, maybe not. But we got the answer. We need it anyways. That's okay. Now it won't matter, right? And if we get more answers, there's nothing wrong with that either, right? So let's see. I think I'm getting more. Whoa. This is, I can't believe these answers. Wow. I'm going to explain in a minute. This is all in real time here, being recorded. You can see what's going on here all by itself or whatever. Here we go. We shuffled and shuffled away. All right. So what happened here? Let's see. Wow. This is just unbelievable. So let's see. We got those 2 answers. Like, they were enough. For the afterlife, I think they were enough. Simple, enough, right? But just for fun, we wanted to explore what's beyond the other things or what's going on out there, right? We got more. This card, look at this. Well, evolution through the stars and the planets as we travel through astrological, or I mean astro projection, or as our soul travels after pass away. It's all there. Evolution is showing it like that. We're traveling through the realm. Wow, it knew the answer even further beyond. Wow. Magic, look at this. Beginnings, new life. Beginnings. Wow, wow. I'm shocked, and I don't get shocked about much once you get to know me. Not much shocks me. Another figure, it says Gabriel, balance, angel figure. Wow, not bad. I'll explain that in a minute. Gabriel again, grace. Wow. Again Gabriel, inspiration. Wow. And the last but not the least, like they say, Raziel. I don't know if that's a, actually there's two cards behind. Oh, I'm looking at something different, I think. No, there's two cards. So retreat. Wow. Unbelievable. Raziel is showing, like, I don't know if it's exactly that, but I remember from the movie, so I'm going to mention that. When Jesus brought Lazarus back to life, that's how it looked. Didn't it? That little cave in there, like stones around, like that was also showing some pharaoh stuff maybe, but similar to that very. And it said Raziel retreat. Wow. And it's talking about planetary cycles. So as we travel through the space, or our soul, I guess, so we got the Earth, right? See right there? And then we got all the planets. Now that would make sense to me now, based on the answers at least. We still don't know, but based on the answers, that how we travel, the soul will travel through the planets, out of the solar system to the galaxy, to the universe, to wherever we're supposed to go. That makes sense completely. Because even think about it now, that I didn't know any of this. Now I do know a little bit, just a little bit. Because it's still a mystery, right? The fact, 2 point, that we got the beginning, intention. So if our intentions are good, we get love. If we get love, we get grace, inspiration, balance. Gabriel angel, evolution happening here. New beginnings, like I mean beginnings, beautiful. Warm water, see? The girl is standing there walking on warm water, reflection, so beautiful. Yeah. And now, and then we go through these planets to reach, right? You have to reach out of here, even if it's not physical, you have to reach somewhere. You can't be just sitting, where you are, right? After pass away. So you have to go somewhere. So you do have to leave this planet technically, right? To go to a different realm, and it's all there, planetary cycles. Unbelievable. I was shocked. This was more of experience for me than for the audience, I guess, because this one was interesting. And then it says serenity, like a castle we get, like a Taj Mahal castle. Shamal, yeah, serenity. Wow. So very, very nice, very, very nice. Such a good show today, I can end the show right now. Right? You would agree, right? Such an important show today. And we thought the last one was amazing, and it was amazing. But this one, wow. Look at the answers flying through the universe. Like I said, the cards have some spiritual entity, gifts, spirits, something in them for sure. But they're mostly used for answers and sometimes solutions, but energies too. Let me get into the stuff. Now I'll be coming to the end, so that's okay. So it's going to be about an hour and a half show, that's fine. Now we'll get into some fun stuff, hopefully. Right? This is the fun stuff, I guess. What does this say? Return of spirit. Yeah, return of spirit. Oh, don't tell me so giving me the answer already. The card we didn't look at yet. See? And the secret. Everything came out, but this card was inside it. upside down. So, let's open it. So to give us an answer even before we type the card now, what kind of cards are these? Too funny. Simplicity is another great wisdom answer. Simplicity will create a lot of noise magic in our life. Simplicity, simplicity. Okay, anyway, so now let's do quick shovel here, and then we'll do some other special cards after this. And that will be the end of it, I guess. But, you could also again make sure that the camera is running, so the show is going to. Okay, so far so good. Actually, we're going to try to finish this one. That card and deck, I will leave those two for next time. There's a reason I explain later. Because I think we got good results this time, you know. Simplicity. So we will leave it after this one. In case the camera dies or something happens. Do this one. Okay. Now this one we're going to do very interesting. What is this? Return to spirit of spirit. I mean. Souls of the spirit. Help our souls. 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 Make our souls better. Almighty. Simplicity, we already got that answer. Help our soul, simplicity. That's a good answer right there. Now let's see. Now we don't need too many for this one, I think, but the crystal will help. Give us the answer. Simplicity, help our souls. Almighty, help our souls. Almighty power, rise higher and higher. Almighty power, rise higher and higher. Almighty power, rise higher and higher. Here we go. Getting something here. Only two cards, it says two cards only, I think. Vibrational, see, the soul is very vibrational. Like I mentioned all about vibration, right? That's part of the soul. That's what you say, help the soul. Vibration is part of the soul energy, part of the soul creation. Mediumship. Like being humble, being balanced. Amazing, amazing. Great results. I won't get too much into it because it was a straight answer, right? Even though it's a very deep subject. We will discuss it in the future. I thought we try to plug the answers in quickly here. And then I'm not trying to speed up or rush, but I am going to try to do a couple more here if I can in this short time we have, because I'm just worrying about the hard drive in the camera. So I'll do this one because that one we did before. This is the most interesting cards for other reasons that I explained. And this is the most complex one. The ultimate complex, not that Nefertiti one. This is the most complex. But they are all very, very interesting. The Hermetic Tarot. Hermetic Tarot. Okay. Look, now just to give the audience heads up that these cards, now we will do different things, but usually they give us like, I'll explain. Can in next 10 years, like by 2035, is there a chance that we as a collective human species, as a society, can we make the world a perfect place, a beautiful, perfect living place we are so proud to live in? Can we do that? Right? Let's see. Tough question. I always ask tough questions. Now, just making the audience aware that usually these cards jump the answers out usually, but we'll see what mood they are in this time. But these I've played with a few times, right? So I don't know. Like, see, I told you they're not going to let me go. Here they go. See, they jump out. I didn't do it intentionally, really. They jump out. Oh boy. What are they saying? Oh God. See? Ace of Swords, Lord of the root of power of air. Now this I have to check the interpretation later. I don't know that. That's the book probably. So either they're talking about God or devil. I don't know which one they are referring to, because devil is usually referred power of air, but it said Lord of the root of the powers of air, right? And this is the card here, Ace of Swords. So here we go. I was talking about this a couple shows ago, how to end the wars and stuff, and we talked about those subjects. And here you go, swords, right? Talking about swords and Lord of the root of power of air, and inequality and the wars. Just live, everybody just live and enjoy. Like, what's so difficult about it? Think about it. Such a simple answer, right? Great answer. And it jumped out. Totally will jump out. It will jump out. Definitely will jump out. Amazing answer. Amazing. But it's a serious subject, so we'll ask it a couple more times. That was a great answer, I think. Just for fun. Try it. What else can we do to make it a perfect world in the next 10 years, right? Oh, I'm not going to get that many answers, I hope, but let's see. Oh boy, I think that's where I end the show. Now starting to drop itself. I think this is the wrong card for you. Yeah, that's just the title card of the show, I guess, but this is the other one. I don't know what is saying this time. Oh boy. 1 second. See. There you go. See? Four of Wands, Lord of perfected work. Very interesting, very interesting. Lord of perfected work. So in this case, I would consider that Almighty Lord of perfected work. Right? Perfected work. So meaning we can perfect ourselves. We can, well, through this book and all these discussions, we can perfect work, meaning like we can make the work perfect to make everything perfect, meaning we can perfect everything. It's the answers there. It's just something we need to strive against. We need to say, no, we got to do it. We all going to do it. We're going to make everything perfect within the next 10 years. We're going to focus on that. That will be our debates. That will be our questions. That will be our answers. Get obsessed about that part and just keep going and going. And in 10 years, who knows? That's what the card said. But okay. So I had a wonderful, wonderful show, about an hour and a half. And could go further, but leave it till there because we got quite lucky today. So let's leave it there, right? And we'll get into other stuff a lot more later. So next show will be now about numerology, or I may do maybe one more tarot show. I think it needs one more, I think, to explain the whole realm of it. So we might use this card deck and that beautiful which we did originally. So we'll do these two in the end. These I will put it back in the closet for now. And everybody have a blessed day. Hope you enjoyed the show and talk to you all soon. And subscribe, buy the book or Red Flare on Amazon. Subscribe to show, comments are appreciated, and also please pass the word on. Anybody you know who would be interested in all this stuff, send them the link for the show, send them the link to the book, or link to my music, like I mentioned, from Luke Diamond on Spotify and Apple Music and everything. So definitely, definitely, Luke Diamond, Red Flare Planet. Yeah, definitely check it out. And we'll get into the things that I'll mention my music and songs concerning all this. So everybody have a blessed day. Thank you for being here or watching. And please spread the word, share the message as fast and quick you can. Meaning like, let's spread the word and let's make it a perfect world. We can hope and try and wish. That's all we can do, right? Everybody take care. Thank you.